I'd like to spend a few minutes discussing the idea of Shovovim. As we know, every year we go through the Indian of Shovovim, and people often don't understand what is Shovovim all about, where does it come from, what is it written about, and every year we discuss specifically primarily two inyonim. The truth is this year actually doing both of them. I don't always do both of them. This year we're going to be discussing both of them. But before we even get into that, I want to discuss the idea of Shovovim, where it comes from, because I think it's important before we actually talk about the halachas or the sugyas of what we're going to be strengthening ourselves within the time of Shovovim. What is Shovovim? A lot of kids, I've heard this from the guys, what exactly is Shovovim? Where does it come from? Where does it come from? Where's it written? Where's the makar? And everything else. So this is an important idea to remember. Toward the end of the Rishonim, it was about the time of the Trumas Hadeshen. It seems to be that there was a recorded minig of Shovovim, which was actually recorded by a Talmud of the Leket Yosha, who brings many of the minhagim of his Rebbe, that's the Trumas Hadeshen, that in an Ibur Shana, in a year where there was an extra month, namely when there are two Adars, Adar Aleph and Adar Beis, not this year, but in many years there was, they started fasting every Thursday, starting Parshas Shemos, until Parshas Tetzaveh, is what we call Shovovim Tat, Truma Tetzaveh they added on, and that was Shovovim Tat. Now this minig was already brought down from the time of the Trumas Hadeshen, at the end of the Rishonim. We find that this minig was also recorded, and many times around that time and afterwards, that this was the minig of Klal Yisrael. For example, the Talmidim of the Marshal, the Levush, the Matei Moshe, the Shlah Kodesh, Teres Zakenim, the Arizal, the Tosfos Yontif. Now the Magen Avraham brings it into Matofresh Pehei. We have real makoros for the idea of Shovovim. Now why? What it seemed to be, it started the idea of fasting. What's Shovovim, fasting? Why now specifically? What's Shovovim? So, and I think it's important for us to understand what is Shovovim, so then we can move on to understand what we're going to be trying to work on during Shovovim. The Matei Moshe brings from his Rebbe the Marshal that says because it's a leap year, and again the minig seem to have started in a leap year when there was an extra Adar, there's more than a half a year between one Bahab and another Bahab. Bahab we know is a base, base. After Sukkot and after Pesach, the Monday, Thursday and Monday people used to fast. There's slichas that people say, because of the reason that people sometimes do averis at the time of, Yontif and Chol Hamoed and gatherings and whatever. So Mimela, there was more than a half a year between one Bahab and the other Bahab, brings the Matei Moshe from his Rebbe the Marshal. So therefore they needed to make a Yemei Slichas, a Yemei of Chizuk, a Yemei of Tshuva in between. The Arizal brings down, and this is important because the Behetiv brings this in the Simon Tofresh Pehei, and this is getting closer to our Inyonim. The Arizal is brought down as saying that these are days as a sgula to be metakin for the Chet HaYadua. The Chet HaYadua, the known Aveira, is obviously referring to the Inyan of Zera Levatala, and it's an Aveira which unfortunately people suffer with the entire year. But there are certain times that have a skula to be worked on. Why now? You may ask, why now? Why not during Elul? Why not during other times? Why specifically during Shovovim? So listen to the reason of the Arizal, very important reason. He says the reason is because Parshas Shemos, as we know, begins the shibud of Klal Yisrael in Mitzrayim. It's when Klal Yisrael start going down to Mitzrayim, the avodah of Klal Yisrael being in Mitzrayim, the hard work of Klal Yisrael, and eventually leads to Klal Yisrael leaving Mitzrayim by Yetzias Mitzrayim, Pesach, v'chulei. Since this is the time where Klal Yisrael seem to get stuck in a place of Tumah and manage to get out of that place of Tumah, so this is a perfect opportunity, says the Arizal, for a person to work on Inyonei Kedusha. And that's why we specifically here in Yeshiva, we try to work on a few things. We started this year already, this morning, working on the Inyan of Kedushas HaPeh, which I believe to be extremely important. And we explained this morning the connection between Kedushas HaPeh and the bris. And what we're going to be doing over here is working once a week on the Inyanim of Kedushas Einayim, because as we will explain, which we will not do right now, but as we will explain, Kedushas Einayim is the first step that a person has to work on so that he will not bring himself to a situation of Tumah. Now, we're working over here, and it's interesting because the Ma'amakomis that we just gave you, the Magen Avram and Matei Moshe and the Lavush, is only on a year that's a double Adar, right? As Shana Muberes, right? We don't have this year, for example, but we do have many Ma'amakomis that say that we have Shovovim, even on a Shana Pshuta, even on a regular year, such as this one. Prima Golden brings it, Nation Avam, Topfresh Pei Aleph, Hey, the Shari Tshuva, the Chidah, Reb Chaim Vital, the Yisod V'Sharish V'Avoda, and others that we do a Shovovim, even in this case. By the way, the Ikka Shovovim was to fast, and we find this that the Magid Meisharim told the Beis Yosef in Parshas B'Shalach that these are days of fasting and your tshuva is accepted much more. And the Arizal said to fast every single day during Shovovim. However, Lemaisa, if you look at the Chassidish Sforim, they all say we do not fast anymore during Shovovim, and the Ikka Tshuva is Torah. And by the way, for those of you that I want to look up and know who says that, if somebody asks you, the Maggid of Mezrich, the Shem Shmuel, the Heilige Kotzka, the Oiv Yisrael, the Balatanya, the Vayatziv, the Slanim Rebbe, many others as well, say that the Ikka Tshuva is through Torah. When we immerse ourselves into Torah, we become automatically better people, and therefore we are involving ourselves in tshuva. We have to realize that that's a very, very important thing. When a person uses his head for Torah, that's the first step towards tshuva. So that is the inyan of Shovim. That's where it came from. It's a choshuva time. It's a time, as we know, there are many times in the year that are masugal for specific situations. This is the time as a skula for Inyonei Kedusha, and that's what Shovim represents.